Welcome to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This movie follows Ferris Bueller, a high school trance, Cameron Fry, his best friend, and Sloane Peterson, Ferris's girlfriend, as they embark on their one-day journey of hijinks and hilarity before graduation. Although Cameron is a supporting character, he is the one who goes through the hero's journey, as we'll be depicting as following.
Boop. Hello?
Cameron, what's happening?
Very little.
How are you feeling?
Fretted.
Is your mother home?
No, she's out. Where are you?
I'm home. I'm taking the day off. Get dressed and come on over.
I can't, I'm sick.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now come on over and pick me up.
I'm dying.
You're not dying. You just can't think of anything good to do. Now, without me calling him, Cameron would have never left his home. This is literally what anyone of any literary term calls the call. I'm taking him out of his known world and inviting him onto his adventure.
Nope. Nope. Not gonna do it. Not gonna let him run my life like this. I'll do it. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. No. You know what's gonna happen? You know what? Ferris isn't gonna get in trouble, but I am, because Ferris always finds a way to get out of these situations. He's gonna keep calling me until I come over.
Cameron is tempted to keep Ferris company on his day off. When Cameron finally leaves his home to meet Ferris, he crosses his threshold, which is his place of security and safety. And Cameron also acts as his own threshold guardian, as he keeps himself from leaving his home and into an unknown adventure which Ferris provides for him.
Sloane Peterson, may I see you for a moment? There's been an emergency. I'm sorry, but your grandmother has passed away.
Dead grandmother?
That's what Mr. Peterson said. I had Florence Sparrow notify Sloane.
Who's this girl going out with?
It's awfully hard to tell. I see her a lot with that Ferris Bueller. Edward Rooney's office. Okay, hold please. It's Mr. Peterson.
Ed Rooney.
Ed, this is George Peterson.
How are you doing today, sir?
We've had a bit of bad luck, as you may have heard.
I heard about it, and I'm all broken up. Uh-huh. Oh, sure, I'd be glad to release Sloane. As long as you produce a corpse, I'll release her. I like to see this dead grandmother myself, firsthand. It's Ferris Bueller, little twerp. I'm gonna set a trap and let him walk right into it.
Ed Rooney's office. Hold.
I'll tell you what. If you don't like my policies, you can smooch my big old white butt. You hear me?
Ferris Bueller's online too.
Hello?
You ought to be sorry, for Christ's sake. A family member dies and you insult me? What the hell is the matter with you anyway?
I don't know. I thought you were someone else. You have to believe me, sir. I would never deliberately insult you. I can't begin to tell you how embarrassed I am.
Pardon my French, but you're an a-hole.
Absolutely, I most certainly am.
Listen, Melissa, I don't have time to argue with you. I want Sloane out in front of the school in 10 minutes by herself.
By herself? That's too suspicious. He'll figure it out. Cover it.
You do it.
Talk!
Actually, I want to have a few words with you. On second thought, I don't have time. Maybe we'll get together and have lunch.
Challenge number 1, the phone call. In order to have a fulfilling journey of fun and relaxation, Ferris's girlfriend, Sloane Peterson, has to tag along. The problem? She's at school. Naturally, Ferris comes up with an elaborate plan to bust her out, which may or may not involve prank calling the student dean and Cameron pretending to be Sloane's dad. Cameron is pushed out of his comfort zone when he is forced to berate and lie to Mr. Rooney. Ferris Bueller is Cameron's ultimate mentor. He is constantly encouraging Ferris to loosen up and to learn to have fun. This enables Cameron to eventually stand up to his biggest fear, his father.
The 1958 Ferrari 250 GTS California, less than 100 were made. It has a retail value of $265,000. My father spent 3 years restoring this thing. It's his pride and joy and passion.
And it's his fault he didn't lock the garage.
He never drives this thing, Ferris. He loves it more than life itself.
A man with priorities so far out of whack doesn't deserve such a fine automobile.
He doesn't drive it. He just runs it with a diaper.
We can't pick up Sloan in your car. Rudy never believed Mr. Peterson drives such a piece of junk.
It's not a piece of junk.
It's a piece of junk. But don't worry, I don't even own a piece of junk. I have to envy yours. Look, I'm sorry, but there's nothing else we can do.
He knows the mileage.
He doesn't trust you?
No.
Alright, look. Here's what we'll do. Whatever miles we put on, we'll take off.
How?
We'll drive home backwards.
Challenge number 2, the car. The car is Cameron's dad's most prized possession, and without it, Salome would have never been able to ditch school, and the adventure would have been stalled. Thus, Ferris must convince Cameron to allow themselves to take it for a joyride for the day. And Cameron is terrified of the consequences that will befall him if he is to listen to Ferris. But eventually he does give in, and there he is able to develop his own sense of independence from the limitations his father has set for him.
Now we begin our descent into the abyss, Cameron's lowest point. Cameron's father loves that car more than Cameron himself. However, Ferris manipulates Cameron into taking it out on a joyride. Cameron is faced between standing up to his friend who has pressured him into doing favors for him his entire life, or face the wrath of his father.
Cameron,
Yeah?
how many miles did you say were on this thing before we left?
126 and in between 3 and 4 tenths. Why? How many miles are on it now?
This is where Cameron goes berserk.
Welcome to the Abyss, Cameron's lowest point in his life. Although among friends, he has allowed his anxiety to completely take a hold of him and thus rendering him dead inside. He is apprehensive about his certain doom when he meets his father, who he has a long and difficult relationship with. In the Abyss, Cameron can find his self-purpose and his desire for independence, or suffer a long and slow, painful torment of belittlement and guilt for the rest of his life. As you can see, Cameron is completely blank, thus rendering him alone.
Are you feeling any better, Cameron?
Hey, the water's real nice, Cam. You should come in.
Sloane Peterson is a helper in Cameron's journey. She is a source of comfort as she accompanies Cameron throughout all his challenges. Sloane provides Cameron encouragement to live life at ease like Ferris does.
Hey, Cam, I can feel really easy too sometimes. It's all right. Everyone goes to the zoo sometimes.
Maybe he wasn't kidding himself. Maybe he actually is sick.
Cam!
Cameron?
Karen! Cam?
Ferris Bueller, you're my hero.
Ah, yes, the classic revelation. Cameron realizes that always being so pinned up will just lead him into more trouble. Ferris, who lives life as it goes, on the other hand, will forever be the one guiding him. As Cameron emerges from the water and recovers from the shock of his abyss, he has completed his rebirth. Cameron realizes that he is not captive to his anxieties and breaks out of his shell.
Miles aren't coming off.
Oh, I thought that would happen. Let's just crack open the odometer and roll it back by hand.
No. 17 years I've never taken a stand against my father. Now I am. Against him, my family, my past, my present, and my future. I'll not sit idly by and let the events that affect me change the course of my future. When my father gets home, he'll have to deal with me. Good or bad. I don't care. It's okay.
The transformation is when the hero becomes the hero! Cameron transforms from becoming a walking ball of anxiety to not caring about what his father thinks of him.
You wrecked the car.
No, it's okay.
No. You wrecked the car.
It's fine. I'll deal with it.
Well, I'll help you.
No. I gotta do this myself.
The atonement is where Cameron is at one with himself. He knows his fate. He knows his father will kill him when he finds out he wrecked his car.
But Cameron doesn't care. All his experiences with Ferris and Sloane has helped him learn to loosen up and not let his anxiety take a hold of himself.
Cameron's return isn't seen on screen, but he eventually learns to confront his father. After everything that's happened in the hero's journey, Cameron's been able to talk, and that's the perfect moment for him. If I hadn't called him, Cameron would have never had the thought of leaving his house. If Cameron hadn't pretended to be Mr. Peterson, Sloane would have never left school, and we would have never made it to Chicago. If I hadn't caused trouble, Cameron would have never had the ability or confidence to speak to his father. He eventually realized that life moves on too fast, and if he doesn't stop and look around once in a while, he could miss it.
No, just
I'm filming this. Okay. I'm going to the gag reel, guys.
should I move?
What is she doing? What is she doing?
Cameron's hero's journey is...
You're not sorry. Putting him in dying. You insult me for Christ's sake.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, go!